Oh, we're already running 2 days late on this WandaVision review. How are we supposed to grow subscribers with a dirty set? What the? Chris is always leaving trash around. What are you doing? What, retro radio? Why do we even have this thing? Jimmy Woo? Jimmy Woo? What? What the fuck? Chris, something magical's happening!
Alrighty, episode 7 of WandaVision is here. We watched it. This is our take on it. This is going to be like our review of things we thought about it. I think it was overall a pretty good episode.
It was a good episode.
A good lead up. And yeah, we're going to be talking about that. So, my name's Chris.
James.
And this is our second episode of Brothers Talk About on our YouTube channel. So, thanks for watching. Please make sure you subscribe. And yeah, follow along. Let's go.
Alright, so episode 7 starts off with a Modern Family style episode. Continuing along with the WandaVision episode
through the decades.
Yeah, through the decades of different shows. This is like a 2000, 2010 era, Modern Family.
Also Office vibes.
Yeah, I feel it was a more Modern Family, kind of like with the couch sit-down aesthetic.
Never seen the show.
Interview.
Never plan on watching it.
Never seen it either.
To me. Like, who's filming all these people? They're in all their rooms.
Sense. But
they're coming out of the bathroom. Somebody's filming them. At least The Office, they're actually.
It's like a documentary.
It's like a documentary. Modern Family makes no sense to me.
With like the episode, starts off with the kids waking up Wanda because things are kind of getting out of control.
It's the night after the Halloween, the day after the Halloween episode.
Yep, she's still in costume. Everyone's kind of passed out. The kids are up. They're playing games. But everything's starting to change on them. The remotes are changing from.
They're like a couple funny gags with like them. Started out with like the milk, changed from like. 3%, 2%, whatever the heck it was.
I don't even know what kind.
It changed from like glass to from paper to glass cartons. Interesting to note, there was a missing kid on that. Is that Billy or Tommy, or is that some random kid, or is that just a gag?
Is that the beginning when Jimmy Woo was talking with Monica about the missing persons report? That could be the kid. I just thought of that now.
I thought of that before, but didn't know how possible it would be.
That could be the missing person. Who knows?
Then the video games.
Yeah, the video game controls are changing. Everything's going wrong.
Classic GameCube. One of my favorite generation consoles that I grew up with.
So,
what were they playing? Was they playing Double Dash? They better be playing something. All right.
So the continuing along, they ask where Pietro is. Right? They were saying he's like, oh, they're not your uncle. He's not your uncle. He's like, oh, who is he then? And she kind of gets caught off guard
she's
with
like
that.
She wanted to like basically throw him out. Basically, how when also they were talking about Monica when Vision came in. She's like, oh, what happened to? What was her name? Gertrude? What the heck her name was? I don't even know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Her name was in the episode where she was all like, "Oh, Wanda! Oh no!" She's like, "Oh, get out, get out!" And they kicked her out of there.
She threw her out of the.
So basically, her will be done. They figure out what she wants to do.
So Wanda expanded the hex, and Vision then got brought back in because he was getting. The last episode you saw, he was getting deconstructed from how it was in Infinity War.
Torn apart.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty interesting.
I don't know what they're gonna go. I don't know where they're gonna go with that. Vision and the kids and the whole method behind it is the most intriguing part to me, for the show. Like everything else is all like extra filler, but
like will the kids survive getting out of the hex?
Yeah, we're gonna sporadically think of ideas because we're gonna try to make this a shorter video, but we have a lot to try to talk about in the next couple minutes. But one also side note, the developing of their powers. Like he was running fast. What was it? I forget who's who. Tommy.
Tommy is Speed.
Whatever the one that was running fast
is Billy.
Was developing his episode. The last episode. In this beginning, he was Billy was like talking about how he was getting a headache. And people were theorizing how he can hear people's thoughts or something to do with his powers affecting and stuff like that.
Yeah, because later on he was telling Agnes how she can't hear. But that's later on in the episode.
Yeah.
So we saw Darcy get swallowed into the hex because she was locked onto the sword truck. You saw all the sword people turn into clowns.
Yeah.
That kind of dragged on a little long for me, like the whole clown thing.
That was getting annoying. But when Vision basically was like, boop, all I gotta touch her and she comes back to life.
I think that's gonna be big. I think it's gonna be big coming up.
Marvel team up, Vision and Darcy. Basically, we got to see a little bit of that. Yeah, that's gonna be a spinoff.
But so then you continue along with Wanda. Darcy and Vision trying to head back to the house, and what we think at the time is that it's Wanda. Or at least Vision thinks that Wanda's trying to keep him out of the house, but looking back on it, I think that might be Agnes, but we can get to that part coming later on. So they're being held up getting home, and we flash back to Wanda and the kids at the house, and Wanda's kind of
losing
her mind. All the things are still
very frantic and like schizophrenic because like
yeah.
she's like, I don't know why things are happening, but they just are because she's like thinking about a lot of things and she's a lot that she's not able to like she's not having a grip on it. Or also I think Agnes is also making it at that point where Agnes is making had her hand in this whole thing the whole time, as you've known if you've seen the episode.
Yeah, like she's controlling and making her freak
every
out.
little thing. So maybe she's getting her schizophrenic to get her finally alone where she could like.
Yeah, I know what you like. Also to take the kids, which then Agnes knock. Agnes shows up out of nowhere. She comes through. She takes them. She goes, "Go, Wanda. Don't worry about it. I'll get the kids. Everything's gonna be good. You rest. You do your thing." The kids are like, we should go. Wanda's like, go, get out of here. I need my time alone. Kids go with Agnes. Wanda's home alone. She's kind of like, everything's changing around her, showing again that she doesn't have control over the hex. She's not in full control over what's going on.
Yep.
And then I think that's when it flashes towards, actually first it's Hayward. Hayward, you see that him and the rest of the
it wasn't really a lot in the episode.
They're doing something, which will probably build up for the next episode. We don't know what they're doing. It doesn't really show anything, but it could have something to do with trying to take out Wanda.
Secret file that Darcy found with Vision.
Yeah.
What they were looking at.
But, so then you see Monica and, flash forward back to Monica and Jimmy.
Jimmy Woo.
The guy. They're going to meet up with the special person, which everyone was kind of hoping that it was going to be John Krasinski as Reed Richards. But
I knew that was going to happen. They're not going to just throw him in a random Marvel TV episode of one thing. He's got to get a big story arc.
Or like a finale.
If he even is Mr. Fantastic, but aside from him.
You see that they meet up with these other government agents that are loyal to Monica's mom. I forget her name.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, you can speed across that.
So
basically, they tried to drive through
the
the hex with the ship that's like a rover. I don't know what they thought they were going to do with that when she can just flick Monica and everybody out, like flies out of the whole hex. But she goes in. She's like, you know what? I got this. She runs through. Her body is like jiggling through the force field. She has like purple eyes now, which is weird.
I think that scene went on too long. I like her. It was like
stretching through.
Yeah, it's like can't get through, and then she finally gets.
There's a lot of theories about how is that going to make her with her own powers or anything to do with like mutation and.
That's my side note with it. I think
or even powers like Wanda. Like I don't know.
I think it's how they're going to do.
I don't know
that's my theory. My theory on how they're going to do mutants is something to do with the hex. That's how they could introduce mutants. Because, like, Wanda is, like, with the House of M story, kind of like a backwards version. Like, instead of no more mutants, it's more mutants. So she's going to create more of them. So basically,
she got through. Jimmy Woo and the gang left behind. And I don't know why, because the biggest question I have is, what is Jimmy Woo going to do? Because he got skills. I mean, he knows how to karate chop them people.
He got that. He throws haymakers.
He's going to do something. I can see him in, like, the wrestler uniform.
Iron
Fist. The magic wrestler.
Dude.
Yeah.
He knocked him out one hit.
He trained in Kunlun, yeah. Alright, anyway, aside from that. She's running through the fields of Neverland, going through, trying to find Vision. And then, meantime, she shows up at Wanda's house. And Wanda's
she just runs up.
Get the frig out of here. What the heck you doing in here? And she's like, doing the same thing over again. Like
she throws her up. And everyone in the town just kind of, everyone in Westview just
everyone just stops and watches like, wow, look at that.
This is great.
Like a blimp in the sky goes by and they're like, wow, look at that.
It's like, wow, it's like an airplane going by.
Would you look at this?
So then, she does her superhero landing, lands on the ground, so that's how, she has superpowers now.
Oh, she's like the new Captain Marvel.
It's, I think, Spectrum?
Phaser? Forcer?
I don't know her name, but she's gonna be probably some new hero.
I don't know, forget it, it doesn't matter.
Like I'll pop it up on the screen what her name is. But yeah, so
she Wanda's like controlling her and saying, you gotta get out of here, stop it, I've already warned you. And she's like, no, Hayward sent that. I've been only telling you the truth, Wanda. And she's like, come at me, like, what are you gonna do? Are you really gonna bother me? And then basically they have a scuffle, and it looks like Wanda's like kind of like.
Yeah, she's kind of like she's understanding what she's interpreting what she's saying as like
facts, and it makes sense, and like she's trying to be in a calm, nice way to her. But then Agnes, who's like taking care of the kids.
Yeah, she's peeking out the window. You see
the kids.
We'll take a break for that. Talk about the kids.
Yeah.
So the kids are then at the house, and we see that they're sitting down. Big detail. They're watching Yo Gabba Gabba.
Yo Gabba Gabba's on the screen. Like, literally, I'm like, it's
why
2021.
Why Yo Gabba Gabba?
Why is Yo Gabba Gabba on? That we think, that hit us.
It could be big.
Emotionally, physically, we're like, jumpy jump, jump, jump. Where the heck is Muno? Is he the surprise cameo? What's happening?
It could be. Like you got Yo Magic,
Yo Magic,
Gabba
Yo
Gabba.
Gabba Gabba.
This could be something there.
I'm
not putting any. I'm not sticking something hardcore, but I think it could be related. Yo Magic, Yo Gabba Gabba,
Yo Gabba Gabba,
Muno Broby, something. It could be big. I don't know. Side note to that, but so the kids are sitting there. They are.
I didn't show them that they were watching Yo Gabba Gabba at that point, but that's what they were implied to be watching when they were eating their like little peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Why peanut butter and jelly? Peanut butter, jelly, Wiccan Speed, WandaVision.
There's a lot to try to connect, but we're not gonna.
Big things. So they are little Wiccan, little what's his name? Billy. He's like, you're quiet inside, Agnes. That's why I like it here. You're quiet. And at that I'm like, oh, is she dead? Is she a real person? Is she like have no soul, so they can't interpret like he can't. Nothing he can read on her.
Yeah, or maybe she's not letting him fully understand.
That's what I think it is now.
Because she's empty.
Empty inside. I don't know. She's a witch. So then we fast forward. Then you see Wanda and Monica. She's like about to convince her. Agnes peeks through the window. She's like, that ain't happening. Runs outside. She's like, Wanda, get away from her. Get away from her, Monica. Or she doesn't call her Monica. She doesn't know her name.
She's like, we had enough here. I think Wanda's going to go sit down. We're good. Thank you, honey. Like, we don't want your Girl Scout cookies. We don't want what you're selling. You can go sit down. She basically is like, and she basically like trails and follows them, and then it leads you to believe that she's going to try to figure out what they're doing. So then Wanda goes to Agnes's house, sits on the couch, and then that's where everything starts to... That's where the episode for me really picked up. Well, I feel like for everybody... Big. It was like a suspenseful thriller type thing. She's like creepily washing the dishes in the back. Like something out of like the It movies or something with like an old grandma. I thought old grandma was just going to run around the corner or something. Spilling milk or something.
I don't know.
The missing kid. Anyway, no, that's when Yo Gabba Gabba comes on the stream and they're like, jumpy jump, 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 jump. I got chills, legit chills going up my... I was like...
It's big.
What the fuck?
DJ Lance?
I took a note here. I don't want to share it. Is DJ Lance the next surprise cameo? Are they gonna just bring him in?
The thing about Yo Gabba Gabba was they always had cameos.
Yeah.
Like Jack Black.
So is Agnes gonna go into the Are they gonna reboot Yo Gabba Gabba and have it with Agnes?
In the MCU?
I mean, maybe even the Munsters too, because they got the Munsters theme song. Spoiler, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself.
I don't know. Could be big. Yo Gabba Gabba.
What about that commercial? Before we get to the end, that commercial that they had going on? Don't know. It was a stereotypical 2000s medicine commercial that's like, if you have psoriatic arthritis and you are experiencing symptoms, blah, 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 blah. Like,
what's up with
Nexus? The 2000s and 2010s always showing us like these pills and commercials and their side effects.
One thing I heard is that in other countries, they can't play those type of commercials on TV. That's only a thing that is in like the United States. I don't know if that's fully true, but that's what I heard. And so a lot of people watching must have been like, why are they showing this?
Yeah, what's
up with this? Yeah, I heard that's. I don't know if that's
Nexus,
true,
I guess, has to do with something in the comics. But when I thought of it, I was like, I had no clue. I thought it had to do with something like Nexium, the 24-hour heartburn relief, or something like that. That's the first thing I thought of.
That's good.
I thought maybe it could cure like headaches and stuff for like Billy. Or Tommy.
That's good.
Alright, keep going.
Alright, so
Wanda's sitting on the couch wondering why the frig is Yo Gabba Gabba on the TV right now.
Then she goes to the
She looks at a fly. I'm like, should she transfer the kids into a fly? Because the kids aren't there. The kids are not around.
She goes, oh,
where's Billy and Tommy? She's like, oh yeah, she's in the basement. In the basement, playing foosball, doing something.
That's good.
She's like getting sketched out. She's like, basement. She's like, walks up, gets up, uneaten crust on the plates of the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Why did they finish the PB&Js?
The rabbit's in the cage. I don't know what's up with this rabbit. Did she turn them into the rabbit? Is like the Thundermans? Is the evil villain obsessed? Why does everyone want a rabbit?
I don't know.
Animal cruelty?
So then she goes down into the basement. She's like, Billy, Tommy, where are you guys? What's going on?
And then she goes into like the upside down Narnia.
It's like this weird
cave, dungeon, vine
stuff. Yeah, like greenery. I don't know.
Something out of like Lord of the Rings or something. I don't know. So she's going down. She's like, well, I think I found something. She's like, Billy, Tommy. Then all of a sudden you get the big reveal.
The door shuts. Boom.
Yeah, she's like, oh, Wanda. This is gonna be a gas.
She's like, oh, you want to know my real name? My name's Agatha Harkness. And we're like,
I got no clue who that is. I never followed House of M. I never followed that one. I
think
know
it's
as
on
much
that.
as the show. I know what the show's given me and a couple little speculations from watching stuff on YouTube. That's all I got.
I don't know.
But
Just like
basically,
you.
it's intriguing. Something about Mephisto, something with a fist, Rey Mysterio, Mephisto. I don't know what he is.
Again, Mephisto, Iron Fist, Jimmy Woo. I don't
There's
know.
a lot of Jimmy Woo stuff.
Big connections.
Maybe Ant-Man. Quantum
Car
Realm.
Trek?
There was a lot of doors in that downstairs, and I'm like, I wonder if they're gonna do something with is each door like a multiverse? Because where did she pull Pietro from? Because we get the little, I was saying spoiler earlier, because she has her own little like monsters. It was Agatha all along, and so
Yeah, it pans.
I like how it showed her from the first episode to where we are now with the magic trick.
And
it's a rabbit.
It's her own. It's like her own. Like you were saying, Monsters theme song with her own like show, her own theme song that we're all gonna be humming. It's all gonna be stuck in our heads. Agatha all along.
Yeah.
So you see with her with Pietro, she's controlling him.
That's the big thing. Did she just pull Pietro from a different multiverse? Did she create him? Did she like? Is it just a random thing that it's Pietro Maximo, Peter from the X-Men universe?
I don't think it's the
is
same
it
one.
really him?
I don't
or
think
is it not?
I don't think it's the same one from the.
Is it going to
X-Men
be a
movies.
one-off thing, or is he going to stick around? Is it actually Mephisto? He looks too chill and suave to be like a villain. Like he looks like he actually is himself, and they make him be. Why did Agnes choose him, not just bring back the brother? I don't know. There's a lot of random questions that I hope they answer by the end of the next. How many episodes are left?
I think 2 to 3 episodes. And there's a rumored. I think episode 7. So there's 8 and 9. So there's 2 more confirmed episodes, and there's a rumored episode 10, which I don't think is coming. I think that's the behind the scenes video that they announced for Disney Plus.
So she's down there. You see, she has the purple magic.
Purple eyes.
And it cuts
that.
the theme song for Agatha starts off with her almost in a full witch costume, which we haven't seen, but we've seen from like the hips down, of like a witchy ripped purplish gray black suit. So is she like she has that weird witch laugh? Why did she kill Sparky? But why did she have to go and kill Sparky?
That's not poor Sparky. Yeah. Rest in peace, Sparky. They're good puppy.
That's
It's not right. So you see,
probably a cat lady.
You see her go through it as like you were saying through all the episodes. You see her walking through when she first comes in. That's when she transforms from the witch suit into her 50s costume.
Yep.
And she goes walking through the door. You just see the flashbacks of all the things.
She's in control of everything.
And the big
Even
thing
when
was
Vision
the
was,
Pietro.
it was weird too. When Vision talked to her in the car in the last episode, she basically was pretending that Vision had an effect on her. Or did Vision actually touch her and make her do something? But she was like fixing herself in the mirror when Vision was there. So it didn't make sense. But she was just like, Dad.
She was egging him on to see what's up with the portal. That's what I think it is. And
is she stopping him from like when they were in the car and they're waiting and they had like a whole school's worth of kids trying to cross the street. They were doing construction when Darcy and Vision were in the van. Was she trying to hold them back? Was Wanda trying to hold them back?
I think it's Agnes because she wanted to be able to have alone time with Wanda to be able to mind control her. I think they were waiting for the perfect opportunity because Wanda and Vision could probably fight her. But if I think that it is that Wanda, she's being mind controlled with the purple eyes. I think that's a tell that Agnes has them too. So I think Agnes is controlling Wanda, and we'll kind of get into that in our next video that we're gonna post of our kind of theories and speculations, full what we think about could be.
So there was that last thing to wrap it up with. If you stuck around, it's been a couple days, so you had to have seen it, the post-credit scene. So that was pretty cool. That was the first time they actually did that for the series, and it showed you just a quick thing of Monica going and looking at Agnes's house, and then she opens up like the cellar door. I forget what that
into the cellar. I think it's like a
storm house,
storm door,
storm door breaker,
I think something like that.
Storm breaker. I don't know. She opens up the door for the cellar, and she looks, and it's all the vines and the purple weird magic things, and her eyes are glowing too, like how when she came through the hex. So it's like, what, is she seeing extra things? Like she was seeing like radio waves and stuff of the town. So I wonder what she sees. And then all of a sudden, boom! Pietro's there. Snooper's gonna snoop, coming over here like a Snoop Dogg guy. I don't know what he's trying to do.
I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but what I kind of think they could do is like a fight. I think it can be a one big fight between.
I think she's gonna. I think since it showed Agnes holding the spell on him when he first knocked on the door to Wanda, he's probably in cahoots with Agatha, and she's probably gonna be like, "What are you doing over here? You shouldn't be here." She's probably like a henchman, but is he? I don't know. People think he's like that Mephisto guy, which I don't know much about, but You guys can go and look it up and do your research with.
Let us know what you think in the comments.
Yeah, comment below your thoughts. We want to know what you think of the episode.
Like the video if you enjoyed it. Tell us if you enjoyed it. What do you think of the episode? What's your theory? What do you think is going to happen in the next episode? We're really excited for the next coming episodes. This episode was good. I think it's an episode that will set up episodes. So what do you think? What's your final? What do you give it out of a 10? What's your final version of the episode?
It was like a 7 out of 10. It was pretty intriguing. I mean, the beginning was slow, then it picked up like where I said when Wanda and Monica interacted. I think overall there's a lot that they can talk about. We'll actually see if they actually end up paying it off, a lot of the things that they're building up with. But I'm excited to see what happens. I hope it goes pretty good. I'm excited. I think it's pretty good. I think it's going good so far. It's something totally new, taking ideas from different things, and yeah, we'll have to stay tuned. Watch the next episode, see what you find out. Let us know if you liked the review. Give us a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Thumb it down if you didn't. If you didn't, you know what? Make one better. Let's see what you do.
Let us know what you think. But yeah, I think our final verdict is a 7. We enjoyed the episode. I think it's going to set up stuff.
7 for you?
Yeah, that's what I think it is. It's a solid 7. Sets up stuff. But other than that, can't wait for the next episode coming up. So stay tuned to the channel.
Theories and more.